Hello, welcome to tonight's Freedom in Freelancing episode 12 already. The three pricing factors so you can earn more. I am very happy to be with you again tonight here. 1 week goes by so quick when you love what you do, man. It's crazy. I could definitely remember it was like last week when I was talking about lead generation, and I was so ecstatic about it because that's one of my favorite topics is just really marketing and, getting more leads. So I'm very happy to be with you tonight. So before anything else, while we're waiting for other people to come and join us, let's have first, okay, wait a minute, cupping mainit. I have to double check if I am actually live on my Facebook page because the last time I did this one, okay, right, okay, confirmed. Confirmed. I am live on my Facebook page. The last time I did this, there was a technical error where I went live on my personal page. So I gotta make sure. All right, so while we're waiting for other people to jump right in, I have a couple announcements. Not actually that much, but it's good. It's good number, I guess. And the first one, of course, is the Secrets of Highly Paid Freelancers Masterclass is going to be out July 28 instead of 22. So people who are on my wait list already had the date for it, which is July 22, and then I decided to move it backwards so that there's no empty days between the secrets, the video training, and the course. So I wanted them to be continuously together so that we don't need to wait like for a couple more days before we launch. Get what I mean? Kind of. But whatever. But that was my reason. I didn't want to have like empty days where we're not doing anything before, like in between the video training and the launch. So that was why. And then, yeah, so I'm getting also a lot of questions about the payments, where to pay or how can I pay it. So on the day of the launch, if you are in my waiting list, you will be receiving a link to where you can buy the course, of course. That was weird. You can buy the course from the link that I'm going to send you, and most of the payments are actually being processed online. But I will also give you an instruction. For example, you want to send the money through bank transfer or to another option is PayMaya. So I actually have a PayMaya account that you can, add money to. So those are like two ways. I'm not even sure if I'm going to push through with a bank transfer because I have to talk to East West Bank still. So I have to go there and like do the paperwork and stuff like that, which technically would happen tomorrow if I don't forget. All right. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the announcements. Now, a lot of you have been asking me the same question over and over again. How can I price myself so that we don't get stuck in the mainstream Filipino freelancer bracket that's only earning $2 to $5 per hour. So for those people who are earning that much yet, then this is your time to shine. I will be letting you know how exactly I did it and how is it that how am I earning 6 figures every month by just working only 15 to 20 hours per week. So this is the secret. Listen carefully, Char. So the secret is I have two pricing tiers. I have a per hour rate and a per project rate. You might have heard me talk about this on and on and on, but I will always say that you need to have both because there's a pros and cons to each. Okay, so have two pricing tiers. That's the first one, per hour or per project rate. Okay, so when would you price per hour? There are certain projects where you just do not know the scope. Okay, you do not know how long or how short of a time is that project going to take you. So that means you don't know the scope, like you don't know the project scope. And there are like details that your client cannot articulate. So instead of having the client like fill out an order brief where it's supposed to be detailed, like this is the color that I want, this is the font that I want, and some of our clients don't actually come to us because they don't know exactly what they want. So that's the perfect time when you are going to want to charge per hour. Another thing why you want to charge per hour is if your client is actually giving you consistent amount of tasks every single week. Okay, so if the task is already repetitive, for example, one thing is when you are writing emails every day for a person. Okay, so there are other people where they send emails every day to their audience. So there are people that are like that, and of course you can't charge per hour, per project for that, because that's a consistent job. You have to do it every single day. So that just doesn't, like, you cannot fathom exactly how long or how short or how much time it's going to take you if you're going to keep on doing it every day. So might as well charge them per hour. Okay, another example, when your client is a social media manager, for example, okay, and that person actually needs 10 to 20 graphic images. No, probably not. Let's just say the client does not know exactly how many social media images does he or she want. So say, I don't know, how many do I need per month? Can I just charge you per hour or something? So that's when you charge per hour, because again, you do not know the project scope. Okay, so that's why you would want to charge per hour. Also, another reason why you would like to charge per hour is if that person is, what do you call this? You want to protect yourself. Okay, so right now, as of 2019 July, we do not have an active law in the Philippines yet for freelancers to protect us, for example, if the client is not paying us. All right, so one way of protecting yourself is asking for an invoice every week. Okay, so you can only do that if you are having a per hour rate, because that only means you have consistent tasks every week. So if a person offers you that, then of course you can charge per hour. Okay, all right, so if you have questions and clarifications, please comment in the comment section so I can start reading it and answering it as I go. Do not be shy. This is your time to shine. That's exactly why I wanted to invite you live, is because you can ask me questions real time and I can answer it real time. Okay, saves us time and effort. A lot of you have been messaging me on inbox because you have a lot of questions. So this is your time. You can jot down all your questions and clarifications. I will answer it along the way. All right, so next one is per project rate. Okay, so before anything else, I would just like to remind you that we are not discussing the three pricing factors yet. Okay, I'm just explaining to you the pricing tiers first so that you would understand the pricing factors later. Okay, so again, for those who just jumped in with us, you have to have two pricing tiers, per hour and per project rate. Okay, so per hour, if the client is giving you consistent tasks, if you want to protect yourself and want to have a consistent income every single week, so that one. And then another one is if you want to, if you do not know the project scope, so you do not know how long or how short is it going to take you of a time to finish the project, so that's when you offer per project rate. Now, when do you offer per hour rate? Sorry. Erase. Right. So now, when do you offer per project rate? You offer per project rate for clients whom you know is not going to go back until 6 months from now or 1 year from now or never. Right? So these are the things that you have to decide while you are trying to close the deal. Okay? When you are trying to close the deal or when you are still exchanging conversations with a prospect, you will start to figure out if that is actually a continuous task or a continuous project or like a long-term project that needs to be done, like, what do you call that? That needs to be done like every single day for many weeks, right? Is that gonna go from is that gonna go from 3 days to 4 months kind of thing that you need to keep on doing? So if that, then you charge per hour. If that project is just like, that's easy, I can make that in 3 days, make it per project. If the client is coming to you and you know for sure that that client is not going to come back until next year, then charge per project. Okay, for example, a business comes to you and they want a logo designed. That client is going to come back to you when? Like probably 10 to 15, 5 to 10 years from now, because of course that's a logo. That is like something that they put out there, and it's rarely it's rarely replaceable. Like when one company puts their logo out there, that means it's going to stay there for a long time. So that means that client is not going to come back until like 5 to 10 years. So charge that client per project. Okay, so another example, per project rate, when a person goes to you for a website, for example. Now that client is not going to need another website until what? Until like 6, 7, 10 months from now. Okay, but there's, to an extent, okay, I will mention later what kind of pricing. I'm going to discuss that later after this one. All right, so what other examples can I give for per project rates? Something that's quick and easy, and you know that that client is not going to come back until next 6 months or 1 year or something. Okay, so you want to make sure that this is a large influx of money that's going to go to your bank account to support the amount of hours, or the per hour income that you have. Okay, so these two go together hand in hand. Why? Because the per project rate is going to give you a large influx of money. This is the one that's going to make you hit the 6-figure amount income. Okay, but the thing with per project is you have to keep on chasing clients all the time, right? That's why you can't have only one or the other, because with per project, if you're not going to have a consistent flow of tasks or clients, if that client is not going to come back until next year, what else do you have? What? You're going to have to go back again and market yourself and try to find another client. That's not how you work smarter. Okay, so now that's why you need to have the per hour rate so that you become stable. Okay, your per hour rate is the one who's going to give you a stable amount of income. Now, Demi, why don't you think we just do per hour rate if it's going to give us consistent and stable income? Because this is going to take you a while to hit the 6-figure income mark if you're only charging per hour. All right, so no, like you have to work longer hours, you have to work like more so that you can earn more, which is another way of not working smarter. So that is why you have to have both, right? Do I make sense or not? If you have questions about it, let me know in the comment section. Okay, all right, so apart from the per project and per hour rate, we also have the option to have monthly subscriptions. This one is so powerful, so juicy. I can't stress this enough. This is one of the reasons why you're going to have a stable income. Okay, so for example, I have to name it first before I explain it to you. Okay, so this is called the monthly retainers or monthly subscriptions. These are when you know for sure that you are going to get that certain amount every single month. Okay, so with per hour and per project rate, it's very unpredictable. You would not know how much exactly in a month you are going to earn, because it depends on how many hours did you render per month or how many per project gigs did you have in that month. So it's very unpredictable. You don't have the peace of mind as to what certain amount you're going to receive every month, right? So to solve that problem, you become creative and create a way so that you can have your clients on auto bill or on monthly subscriptions. Okay, think Netflix. Okay, think like Netflix. How are you going to get your client to keep on paying you every single month? Okay. I do not know how it is on other fields, but how I did it is, for example, if someone comes to me for a website design, I know for sure that that person needs what? Someone who's going to go into their website, update the plugins, add more content, stuff like that every single month. So what I do is I have a monthly retainer. Okay. So I have a monthly retainer of this specific amount for me to go in and maintain your website every single month. I'll do that for you. That's monthly retainer. Okay. So another one is monthly subscription. So it's just recently that I got into this type of pricing strategy because I realized how powerful it was. So now I have content packages. When a client comes to me and they want something that's very consistent, instead of me, something like the similar, what do you call that? The similar project that needs to be done every single month, then I charge a monthly subscription. Okay, example. I'll give you a concrete example on this one. So, for example, you are a writer. Okay, let's just say you are a writer. You write blogs for people. You write them content. Okay. Now, this prospect who comes to you and wants to have blogs every single month or every single week or even every day for an entire month, you have to charge that person a monthly retainer. Okay? Because that person is going to come to you every month to get the same thing done. All right? So it's just basically the same thing done every single month, and you know you can do it. Then you can charge that person a monthly subscription. For example, hey, if you want me to keep on doing this or writing 4 blog posts every single month, then I can charge you this amount of money and it will be auto billed for you every single month. So that means you are committed to produce 4 blog posts for that person every single month, and that person is going to be billed every single month for that same amount of price. For example, you charge that person $300, that is $15K. You know very well that $15K is going to come back to you next month. So it's already very certain. You already have the certainty that you're going to receive $15K this month and the next month and the next month. So it's so consistent. I love membership. I love subscription pricing rates. So I love that. Okay. Right. So people, I've heard this from my boyfriend like a couple of days ago. He said that people do not pay for ownership anymore. They pay for access. So as long as you have that skill that they can get access to, they're going to be willing to pay you every single month. All right. So that's it. I'll probably give you another example for the subscription model so that you would have an idea. Another one is if you are producing videos, okay? So if your client is a videographer and every single month they need like a certain number, let's just say 3 videos to be edited, polished, and completed every single month. So your client is a videographer again, and that videographer gets 3 clients every single month. So that means there is supposed to be 3 videos that needs to be edited, polished, cleaned, ready to go. Okay? And that videographer is going to come to you every single month. So instead of charging that person per hour every single time that he comes, imagine you're going to have to invoice him 3 times, and you're going to have to talk about the pricing 3 times in a row just so you can get it done. Okay? Now that's not how you work smarter. Another thing, Demi, why would I not charge per hour for this? Right? I'll earn more money if I'm going to charge per hour. Actually, no. You earn less money when you charge per hour because you are not paying yourself the extra amount of effort. They're basically paying a flat rate when you are charging per hour. So for example, instead of a one minute video is going to take you an hour, and no matter how high your per hour rate is, for example, your per hour rate is $50 per hour, and you only got 1 hour you only used up 1 hour for that video to be done and finished. So you're like on the losing end. Instead of being able to charge like $1,000 or $500 for that one single video. So, you get what I mean? I hope I make sense. All right. So yeah, going back to that membership or that subscription model, if it's the same task for the same if it's the same task every single month, then might as well charge them subscription so that you have the certainty of what amount of money you for sure will receive in 1 month. Okay, so that right. So now let's go to the pricing factors. Okay, now you probably are asking, Demi, we already know the per hour rate, per project rate in the subscription model. How are we going to determine how much are we really worth? Okay, so this is not originally from me. This is from our good old friend Bob Procter. He's actually still alive. He's one of the oldest business people that I know. So he's like, I think 60, 70. He's old. All right, right. So he's already old, but he's really amazing. Like, by far one of the smartest guys I know. Okay, so I'm not sure if he's the one who coined the term, but this is the law of compensation. There are three things that you have to consider. Three things that you have to consider so that you will be following the law of compensation, and you are going to garner or earn money more than you ever thought possible. Okay, so all you have to do is just follow this three simple rules or three pricing factors. Okay, so the first one is the need for what you do. Right? So the need for what you do. If there is a certain need for what you do, then for sure you can charge for it. The higher the demand for what you do, for the skill that you have, then that only makes you highly in demand, and of course you can charge more, right? So we're going to talk about demand and supply. The higher the demand, of course you have to supply, but of course you're the only one who's doing this service right now, so that means you can't supply as much as you can. All right, so when the demand goes high, that only means you have to also charge high, because you cannot supply all the way you can. You're the only one who's doing the service as for this moment, right? So you can't just randomly supply and like kill yourself just to get all the money in the world. You can't do that. So of course, when the demand goes high, your charges, your pricing also goes high, right? So again, if there's a need for what you do, then the better, the higher the demand, the more money you can make, right? So I'm going to give you a concrete example. If you're watching Shark Tank, right? So I'm a huge fan of Shark Tank. I'll do like a entire season marathon of like Shark Tank. So one of the questions that the sharks always ask is if there is a demand for what products they are trying to sell. Okay, because they wouldn't want to invest on something that the owner or the one who's pitching did not do the research if there is actually a demand for that certain product. Same thing with services, same thing with what we do as freelancers. We have to make sure that there is a demand for what we do. Okay, so a concrete example of that is when you are drawing by hand. All right, so yeah, you're really good at drawing by hand. You can put it on paper, you can make it super amazing, but as of this moment, everything that you are looking at is all digital. You rarely even see something that's being done by hand. That means that specific demand is going obsolete. No one is going to ask you anymore, can you draw me by hand? Like no one wants that because they cannot show it on social media. If they can, they have to like take a photo of it, okay? Unless you know how to digitize that illustration, then there's a demand for it. Tons of demand for illustrations. All right? So you get what I mean? When there's more demand, then the more money you're going to make, right? So this is also very important if you want to like build a business at anything, like on any kind of freelancing business. For example, you got super creative and you thought about this amazing thing and you thought it was super amazing, and then you started creating that product, and then later on there's no demand for it. Wah, 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 wah. You didn't know that that's not what your audience want. Okay, so that is why you always do your market research before you go into business. You have to make sure that there's a demand for what you do. Okay, so the next one in law of compensation is your ability to do it. I hope I can type it in. All right, so there are three. Again, we are already at the second one. Okay, let me do that. So the next part of the law of compensation is your ability to do it. So if you're really good at what you do, most likely you will earn a lot of money from it. I know this guy, I always keep on mentioning him on my live videos. He's really good at what he does, and what he does is book covers and fantasy fiction. Christian, my God, Christian is so good. I cannot even say that enough. He's really good at what he does, that there's so much demand for his work. Like you could, ooh, my wall is white and I colored it black. Like you could tell exactly from one look that that is his work. He has his own like trademark of how he does his artwork, and it's just amazing. Okay, so are you seeing that? Let me know if you're seeing that. If not, okay. All right. So the second one is your ability to do it. If you become really, 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 really good at what you do, then there's more demand to it. Okay? So the more you can charge. The more you can charge if you're so good at what you do. Okay? So you don't need to be, this is what I'm talking about when I started like telling people that you don't need to master a lot of skills. Okay, you don't need to like, oh, I'm going to learn Kajabi, or I'm going to learn ClickFunnels too, I'm going to learn how to do video editing, I'm going to do graphic design too, I'm also going to do websites. I want to do everything. I want to learn everything so that I can charge more. That's not how you charge more, my darling. You just have to be really, 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 really good at what you do. I'm just over exaggerating it, but you get what I mean, okay? You just have to be really good at what you do, and then people will know you. People will start trusting you because there's more word of mouth that's going behind the scenes. When people know that you're doing great at what you do, they're going to naturally tell other people about it. That's exactly how Christian got his business, okay? From nobody, now if you're going to go into the author groups and somebody is looking for like a fantasy fiction cover, automatic people are like tagging him. It's like, oh, Christian is good, like he's really good at fantasy fiction covers. And he does not even market himself anymore because it's his clients that are marketing him, like just because he's really good at what he does. I'll try to see if I can pull one of his works. He's really good at it. I cannot even fathom. He spends so many hours just making covers. Okay, let's see if you can see my screen. All right. Okay. All right. So these are his works. Like these, that one. You can see like there's a trademark that's happening in the covers. You can see that that's really his work. Like you could identify how good he is. All right. So that is his work. So I told you he's really good at it, and it's a natural marketing strategy. You don't need to market yourself out there. If you have your ability to do it, is just amazing. And how are you going to do that? How you become so good at these things, at that one skill, or at that skill that you know that is going to be highly in demand for the target market that you want to serve? Of course, you just spend 1 hour a day for that skill. No excuses. Okay, no excuses. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I have so much stuff to do still. If you really want this 6 figures a month in freelancing badly, you're going to do whatever it takes to really develop your skill. All right? You will really do whatever it takes to just develop your skill. That's exactly what I did, because I wanted, it was not even for me at that time when I did not have anything. It wasn't even because I wanted to develop my skill. It was because I wanted to earn money. Like, I was desperate because I did not have food to eat. I would literally go to Julie's Bake Shop and buy ensaymada for 5 pesos because that's all I have and that's all I can ever eat at that time. So I was so depressed. I was so frustrated. I said, I really need to earn more money. And I cannot charge high because I wasn't really good at Photoshop back in the day. My goodness. I was so bad. I only know how to put in a photo and a text on it, and then that's it. Like, that's me. Like, that's the only thing that I can do. And then I had to develop my skill. I learned like heavy photo manipulation and like cutting ahead so I can paste it on another person's body. Like, those are like the times when I was trying to really figure out graphic design. And of course, right now it has worked in my own favor. It has worked well in my own favor. I now understand design in a much deeper level, and it's the bread and butter of my freelancing business. If you're going to look at my work, it's mostly design, and people know that I'm the design person. At least with my target market, they know that, oh, Demi is that person, etc. Stuff like that. All right. Okay. Yeah. So that one. Let's see if I can pull this up again. All right. Okay. So we already discussed the second one. That's your ability to do it. The third one is the difficulty there will be in replacing you. Okay, so what am I talking about here? If you are in a current position and you think that your boss, for example, do not have anyone to replace you, then you probably are wrong. Okay, especially if you are in an employment job. There's a funny story I'm going to tell you. My boyfriend is actually was working in a metal factory before, like few years ago. Not even few, but that was like 6-7 years ago when he was still working in the metal factory. So he literally was lifting like metals and like assembling it with other metals. So that's what he did before. And he mentioned to me that he went to his manager to ask for a raise. Like, he wanted a raise so bad that he asked for his manager. He walked to his manager's office and he asked for a raise. And of course it didn't happen because there are like 10 more people that they can just pull in and interchange for what he does, right? Like, they can easily replace him. What is this? Sorry. So they can easily replace him by just hiring 5 more people. Like, no matter how good he is, they will eventually find someone as good as him, right? The difficulty there will be in replacing you, and that's gonna go back to the second one, which is your ability to do it. They will have a hard time replacing you if you're so good at what you do. Okay, so that's the difficulty right there. All right, so if there is a difficulty in replacing you, then the more you can charge. Alrighty. So what else? I'm trying to think. Okay. So sorry if there are customer service representatives right now that are working in call center. Okay. So I'm going to use that as an example. I'm not going to insult you or offend you or anyone. I'm just stating the truth, actually. So yeah. So if you're sensitive, just end the video. Exit it. Sure, turn lang. Okay. So I'm just putting it out there. Okay. So it's very easy to hire people in call center, right? So I understand that the work is very heavy. There are graveyard shifts, and it's also like, I mean, my mom went there. My mom has been a call center agent for years before she actually became a team leader, and it's not really easy of a job. But it's just the fact that what you do is answer the calls, talk to these people. You also have a script on how you can reply to the calls. then that is making it easy for you. Okay, so I think the only what do you call this? How am I gonna put this into words? I don't want to insult anyone who's in a call center. Like, that's not why I'm here for. I don't want to insult anyone. so that I guess I'm just saying that it's very easy to hire more and more customer service representatives. Okay, so that one. Yeah. So that's it. The law of compensation is when you follow these three things: the need for what you do, your ability to do it, and the difficulty there will be in replacing you. Okay, so that's our three pricing factors. I'll go into the comment section now and see if there are questions and clarifications. Okay, so Julie says, hope you are having a great weekend. Thank you so much. I did not have a weekend today. I was so busy with creating the course. It's crazy. If you go to our office and you ask like the person in charge there, she's always seeing us. Like, it's crazy. Even if it's a Saturday or Sunday, she sees me like all the time. I just don't have anything else to do, so might as well work with the course, right? Rather than eating out and watching movies, I'd rather work. I love my work. I love my job so much. All right. So yeah, I did not really have like a weekend, or how it is, whatever you may call it. No, it doesn't bother me because I love my job. So anyway, Adele is asking, is it okay to ask for an upfront payment? Oh yes. This is actually one way of protecting yourself. You can either divide it into two. So for example, 100%, let's do the math here, okay? I'm going to try my best. So 100% is the project rate, okay? The project total rate is 100%. So you can do 50-50. You can ask 50% upfront to start the project and 50% at the end of before you deliver the final files. So you can do that. Okay, in website, you can ask for 50% down payment, and then the rest of the 50% will be sent before you transfer the server. Okay, so I'm not going to explain to you what server is R anymore because that's very technical, but you get what I mean for the designers, website designers out there. All right. Okay, so yeah. You can do that 50-50, or what you can do is if you want to divide it into three, so 40% upfront, and then 2 weeks into the project transaction, you can ask for, oh my God, wait, 20, how am I doing this? 60. Okay, so you can ask for 30, 2 weeks in the project, and then the last one, the other 30 will be invoiced before you send the final files. Okay, again, so you can do 50-50, 50 upfront, 50 before the sending of the final files, or you can do 40-30-30, 40% upfront, 30% 2 weeks in, and 30%, the final 30% will be sent before you transfer the server or before you send the deliverables. Okay, so that's how you ask for the final payment, just to protect yourself also, because again, we don't have laws for it yet, and even if I'm not sure how strong it will be, even if we do. Okay, so you just have to be really creative on what you can do so you can better protect yourself and make sure that you're getting paid for the hours that you are rendering, or the job that you're doing for these people, right? Okay, so Diana is asking how to make an invoice as well. I am just starting from freelancing. Okay, so you can search YouTube tutorials on that one. Mostly, of course, we're going to accept payments on PayPal. Okay, so paypal.com, you can check that in and see how you can send invoices. There's a YouTube tutorial for that. It's very easy. Yeah, so that's it. Faye is asking, what payment platform are you using to receive the payment? So this is a little tricky. I am actually using PayPal. PayPal is my payment gateway because right now I do not have any other choice. Okay, because of course you can also have, I'm going to type it in for you so you don't, so you can have PayPal. There's also, oh shoot. You can have PayPal. There's also one that is Remitly, which a lot of VAs are using. And then we also have TransferWise. And then we also have Payoneer. There's another one right now that's called Skrill. All right. Okay, so these are like your payment options. There's PayPal, Remitly, TransferWise, Payoneer, and Skrill. There's a lot of them, but PayPal has worked well for me, and a lot of it, just the fees, okay? The fees are incredibly huge and it's a pain in the ass, but right, as of this moment, we don't have a choice. Hopefully, the angel investor that I was talking to will make a way for us for this one so that we don't have to pay fees anymore when we want money transfer. So hopefully he will do it. I will I will hold him accountable. Okay, so that one. What else? Did I answer your question? Receive payment. Okay, so how I receive payment is via PayPal, of course. That's my main source. And then I also have a client management software. When I am doing income reports, that's the exact software. It's called Dubsado. So I'm going to type it in for you as well. But this is not free, it's paid. I'm paying like 16, no, not 16. I'm paying 1,000 pesos for this every month just because I want all my client files to be there. Contracts are there, invoices are there, everything that's legal that I need to keep track of is all in Dubsado because it just makes it easy for me and I don't need to compile them manually myself. I'm gonna go crazy. Like that first year where I was in freelancing, everything that I have was all in Google Docs and Microsoft Word. So like imagine all the contracts you have to put it in a folder, all the invoices you have to put it in a folder, make sure everything is labeled. And then the more clients you have, the more crazy it's going to get. So it's just not something that I want to spend my time on. And that's why I purchased Dubsado. So it has worked well for me. And they also have invoicing. Okay, so it's very easy. I just connect my PayPal to Dubsado and then I receive all my payments there. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. All right, so that one, Erica says hi, hello. So Fast says, what's the difference of monthly retainer and monthly subscription? So monthly retainer is when you already have the, how do I say this? Monthly retainer is only for, how do I explain it in the right? Okay, so for example, you are working on a single project and there are baby projects for that huge project after that. Okay, so that's when you charge monthly retainer for the baby projects of the mother project. Do I make sense? Okay, yeah. So that is why when you charge monthly retainer is when you already have done a big project and there's small projects that needs to be done to maintain the mother project. Okay, that's monthly retainer. With the monthly subscription, you're gonna get activated right away, paying the same amount every month without having the mother project. So it's all baby projects that you have to do every single month. So that's when monthly subscription is activated. Okay, so I hope it makes sense. It's a really good analogy. Okay, so what else? Okay, Nikki is saying something about monthly retainer, charge for values. Don't charge them unless they're being more efficient. Charge them for the value you give. Okay. All right. So April is acknowledging my screencast earlier. That's cool. Thank you, April. Yeah. Annabelle says hi. Emmy says hi. Emmy and I were supposed to meet on a Friday, but I got stuck with my schedule, so I didn't meet her. Anyway, all right, so Andrea is asking if per hour rate, how much should it be? Again, it depends on the law of compensation. When you are starting out, this is the real question. This is a really good question. When you have an hourly rate, how much should it be? If you're a starter, you don't want to charge high already because that means you cannot increase it. Okay, so you have to start low and then increase and increase and increase, and as long as how can you increase? Okay, all right, okay, that one. And also, Andrea, if you want to go back to that law of compensation thing, all you have to make sure of is the need, the demand, the ability to do it. That's quality of service. And the last one is replaceability. Okay, all right. So Judy says that's very true. Actually, I used to be a team leader, and my former manager don't really mind terminating agents since the company can just hire anytime. See, I'm telling the truth. I'm true. There's someone who is defending my answers. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's true. That's what I'm saying. My mom said the same thing. She's a team leader, ex team leader. She just resigned recently. All right. So Fe is asking if it's a newbie in website design, how much do we need to charge? I mean, not too less, but not too high too. So again, you start low. Okay. If you're looking at other website designs out there and you can see that you feel like you cannot do as that good of a website yet, then that's when you know you have to charge not too low, but like affordable. Okay. And then when you start to develop your skill and you look at websites and you're like, yeah, I can do that. I can do that too. I can do that too. And then that's when you start to increase your rates, because that's when you know that your skill has already improved. Okay. I mean, that's what I do. Okay. All right. So April is asking Gcash though. Aw. I can't promise because I'm not really using Gcash. So I'm using PayMaya. I'm actually a smart and network, you know, so as not to confuse that I'm being full of myself and I'm saying I'm smart. No, it's just the network that's smart. Okay. All right. So Fez asking, before we agree for such particular project, do we need to have a contract first? Of course, my darling. You have to have a contract first and make sure that all the deliverables are listed in the contract. I'll delete this. This one is annoying. Right. So all the deliverables, like the terms and conditions, if you're going to enter Create and Rise Academy, we have templates for the contracts already laid out for you. You just have to copy and paste it from a Word document. So you're good to go. You are part of the wait list anyway, so I feel like this is going to the contracts then inside the academy is going to you're going to really make good use of them. All right. So yeah, Amy says all good. Next time na lang, we're going to still meet each other. I'm just very busy because of the launch, but like everything is like just packed up. All right. For a beginner, does it have to be per hour yet? No, of course not. Again and again, the reason why I want you to have both or even three of them, like the monthly retainer or subscription model plus the per hour and per project rate, you're going to succeed, bro. Like this is the cheat sheet. You can't just have hour and you can't just solely have per hour, and you can't just have solely per project. If you want to really be efficient and you want to work smarter, you have to have both at least. And if you can do monthly subscription and monthly retainer, then good for you. That's even better. Okay. Right. So it's like the monthly retainer and the monthly subscription is per hour and per project rate combined. So it's really good. It's really powerful. All right. So that, guess I answered that question. Judy is saying, sorry about that. This said, really, I tried to defend agents, telling the management that agents have different learning curves. Yeah, there's not really that much that we can do about it. But then again, it's the law of compensation at work. If there is not that much difficulty in replacing you, then you cannot really charge high for what you're worth, or you cannot keep your job or whatever business you have. Okay, right. So Amor and ManyChat setup. How much is the running rate? ManyChat is free until 500 subscribers. Okay, so if you want to use ManyChat for whatever reason, it's free until you reach 500 subscribers, and then when you go beyond 500, I think it's $10, and then they also have another bracket. If you go beyond 1,000 subscribers, then they have another price for that. So they kind of have like a bracket for how many subscribers you have. So the more subscribers you have, the more money you have to pay. That just only reminds me that I just hit the 1,000 mark, so I'm gonna have to pay them more. Whatever, so many payments. Anyway, where did you get the PayMaya card? It's online. You can use it if you want. You can connect your PayMaya card even to PayPal, so you don't need to stress about banks. So that's exactly what I'm using, because I'm so sick already of like trying to transfer from one bank to another. BDO, BPI, Metro Bank. It's just pain in the. I don't really like it. All right, but I'm gonna try it to East West this time. I heard they're good, so let's see about that. Okay. Speaking of deliverables, what does it exactly mean? Okay. Um, Deliverables mean anything that you are supposed to deliver to the client. So whatever it is that you talked about in the closing of deals, for example, you talked about um, three social media images, one video, one website. All of that are deliverables. Okay, anything that you deliver to the client in that certain project. Okay, so Tintin is asking SEO, is it included the social media course? So SEO is search engine optimization. That means you're going to have to deal with Google or YouTube. And social media is a completely different side of things. So I'll think about adding SEO. I'm not really an expert in SEO, sadly. So I don't know, but I'll see. Okay. I know a little bit about it, but I can't guarantee that I can show you the light or whatever, make it like super amazing. I can't promise that. But social media course, it's not really social media, but kind of like social media management. Like how are you going to manage a social media account for your client? So that's part of the things inside the academy. Okay, so Judy says output product or service provided. All right, so Amor is asking if, oh, to set it up for a client, that is so easy. You can even charge like very low for that, because that's very easy. All you have to do is connect a Facebook page to the ManyChat with like 2 clicks, and then off you go. So I wouldn't charge something more than $100 for that, because that's very easy. Like even them can do that themselves, so that's very easy. Unless you go beyond setting it up, as in you like create the workflows or the texts or whatever the things that you need on ManyChat. So if it's only set up that is so easy, that's so quick to do, even your clients can do it themselves, so I wouldn't charge high. But if you go beyond that, like for example, you're going to already start putting on texts, automate things, then that's when it starts to become difficult, and I would charge per hour for that though. Okay, because you wouldn't know the project scope. Like you wouldn't know unless your client would exactly say, I need 3 of these, 2 of these, 1 of that. Then you can charge per project. Okay, the more detailed the project, the better. The more money you make, or the higher of a price you can do for per project. Okay, right. So do you also have email management course? Email management? No, but I will be talking about email autoresponders, like how to, what do you call this? Like how to use autoresponders like ActiveCampaign, MailChimp, or whatever that is, right? So I'm going to tackle a little bit of that. But I noticed that people who are asking on live videos, they mostly are asking about the skills. They're not interested with the marketing, which is not something that you should be more focused on. Okay, no matter what skill you have, if you don't know how to market it, you're going to flop. So you have to be more interested with the marketing side of things. I know this doesn't sound sexy, but you really need to. Okay, so if you want your freelancing business to become successful, you have to get out from the idea that it's the skill that's going to make you rich. It's not. It's the marketing skill that you have to develop and you have to master, so you get richer and you become a better business person. Okay, so don't get stuck about thinking like, oh, I need that skill too, I need that skill, I need this one. That's not how it works. You have to be mindful about how you're going to put yourself out there, right? You have to be mindful about how you can get more clients, because that's where the money is. It's not in the skill. Okay, so I guess a little bit of it, to some extent, you would want like a skill that is highly in demand. But if you really are good at it, then hands down, people are going to love you. Okay, but no matter how good you are on a skill, no matter how highly in demand that skill is, if you can't put yourself out there and make people know that you actually offer that skill, then there's no point. Okay, so I'm not insulting you or anyone here, I'm just stating the truth. Okay, of course I want you to become successful by all means. Okay, I don't want you to flop, I don't want you to become a failure. That's why I'm already stating it as early as this time of the day. As early as this time that you are still starting out, or you're trying to like get into freelancing. I'll tell you, that's what I thought when I was still beginning. But I was still trying to start in my freelancing career. I thought that, oh, I need to know a lot of skills. And that's exactly why I have a lot of skills right now. That's exactly why I have a lot of skills right now. I have like video editing. I know how to create websites, create sales funnels, create graphic design. But that actually was the reason why I flopped, because nobody knew what I was doing. Nobody knew what my specialty was. So it was so hard to identify what was it exactly that I did. So, it's one of the mistakes that I had, and I don't want you to go that route. Right? So be what do you call that? Become excited about marketing. It's when you start to love it, it's amazing. It's like a game. It's like a game basically. It's like a numbers game. Right? So Judy is asking if the course includes making portfolios. Yes. Ooh, one of my favorite ones. I like how making website portfolios. Yes. But not the technical aspect of it. It's more of like how you can make your website portfolio convert. Okay? So a lot of people are just going to put like, oh, this is the history of my freelancing business. I graduated in this course and now I'm trying to learn this. Nobody likes to learn more about you. They want to know how you can serve them. So that's one of the things that I'm tackling inside the course. How you can build a website portfolio where your clients are going to be interested to look at. Okay? So yeah, that one. I'm also including a little bit of WordPress and website design inside the course. So basically the technical and the logical marketing aspect of how you can have a website portfolio that converts is part of the program. Part of the academy, rather. All right, so Amor is asking, I'm leaving in 3 minutes, so if you have more questions and clarifications, this is your time to shine. Jot them down, and I'll try my best. All right, so Amor is asking, I'm receiving personal ManyChat tutorial offer. I don't know how to charge per hour to local prospect. Oop. Local prospect, be very careful, okay? I'm not discouraging you to not accept local prospects. It's just recently that I have accepted a few. But I'm just saying, don't let them ask you to lower your rates. Filipino mentality, we always like to haggle rates. Diba? So very careful with that. I'll be releasing a video on how you can deal with that one soon enough after the course. Okay. All right, so Faye is asking, she's already overwhelmed. Yes, do not try to master so many skills. Just become like a master of one. That would work in your favor better. And Mia's asking if I'm open to mentorship. What do you mean? Like I will mentor a person one-on-one? If yes, then we actually have that in the, what do you call that? In the program page of Create and Rise. So there's an option for you to take on a mentorship program. So I'll let you know later. All right. Okay. Yes. No. So one-on-one mentorship. Yeah, I'm open to it, but I'm just saying I can't promise that it will be super cheap. Okay, because it's also I'm also considering the time that I'm spending on it. So yeah, but yeah, I'm very open to it. No problem. All right, so I think I'll go because it's 9 p.m. and yeah, I want to rest for a little bit before I actually go to sleep because tomorrow I have to work again, non-stop working. I have been working since Friday afternoon up until like Saturday, Sunday. It's just been crazy. But I love it. I completely love it. I love my job. I love helping you guys and whatever. Right, so Amy says we will just chat about it. Sure, why not? Coconut, I'll be, just let me know anytime. I'll try to reach out to you as much as I can. All right, thank you so much. I'm still trying to know what skill should I master out of many. All right, all right, all right. Make sure you will master one, okay? Just don't try to like do so many things, right? Local client, they really haggle. Right, that's true. Okay. All right, so I'll go, and I hope you enjoy your Sunday night. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. And if you have reached at the end of this video, give yourself a tap on the back, because that only means that you are very, very much welcome to learn. So I completely love you for that, and you will go so far just because of finishing this live video and like really watching me do live and explain things. It takes effort and time, so congratulations, you will go very far. Okay, so I'll see you in the next one on Sunday, or if I can do live somewhere in the middle of the week if I'm not super busy. So I'll see about that, but I will see you in the next one. Right, bye.